Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday the 13th, everybody. Um, Let me pull up my X and see if everything's working good and see how the actual audio is sounding. Subdomain, which is their biggest thing on their platform. Get out of this other exchange here. Okay, let's go live and see how the audio sounds. Audio sounding. Subdomain, which is their biggest thing on their platform. Get out of this other exchange here. Okay, let's go live and see how the seems to be working. I did get upgraded. I told you I upgraded to fiber optics about 7 months ago, but I never upgraded my router. So I had the technicians come in, put a new one in yesterday. Of course, talking about my home office here, and they're surprised that other one even worked. They told me I probably needed to change it. Hopefully this fixes it and helps with everything be a little better here. But it is Friday the 13th, our second Friday the 13th, believe it or not, this year. Last month, February was Friday the 13th. In March, I don't think that happens very often. But anyway, here we are. But horrible day in the TradFi markets yesterday. Today's not looking too bad. GM, welcome everyone that's listening to me live on YouTube or X. We'll get this party started here. Futures, yeah, looking good. Right now, NASDAQ opened up 0.3. The Dow looks like, okay, yep, actually, yeah. Let's see when the Dow here pulls up. It's looking like it's 0.74, so up 3/4. So NASDAQ up about a quarter. The Downs looks like it's this. I don't know. This is a slow site. Could also might be because I have Windows open. Maybe I have to get a new computer. Might be the next step, but we'll do that if we have to. Yeah, the Dow Jones up 0.73. The S&P up 0.45. Just for fun, let's tell. Crude oil at 93.54, so down 2.29, so not as bad as it was. I'm not going to do my camera just because it was lagging a little bit earlier, so we'll see. But anyway, gold down 0.25% at 5,114. So that's what's happening. But let's look at the big news over here in crypto. We're looking good, right? Let's look at Bitcoin first. See, well, Trump coin up 0.55. That is because we'll talk about it. They announced they were at like an all-time low, right? So they announced another crypto party at Mar-a-Lago. Next, I probably should have bought this. When I first saw the news last night, it was up 5. Plus, we have this on CoinZoom. I don't know why I didn't jump in and buy a bunch now. Then this morning it was up 20. I thought to do it again, didn't. Now it's 55. So I was one of the first people into Trump coin. Was up like 600K until they launched Melania, and we gave it all back. But anyway, that's why Trump's pumping. Render 16.5. Fetch AI, another one I talk about and have owned for a while. Been talking about for a few years on the GM Bitcoin Morning Show. 12 point cow. A very good AI platform. 15% pay. My favorite meme coin actually up 7.4. Fetch AI. Let's just check for fun to see how my Land Wolf on ETH is doing. Keep telling people to buy the trades. It's my beta play on Pepe. Yeah, up 9% today. Still under 9 million. It's been like 240 million. So it's still like a 25x to all-time high if it gets there. But they've got a good treasury and stuff like that. So Land Wolf on ETH. Just go to landwolf.com. Make sure you're getting everything right. World Liberty Fi 7.5. Algorand 10.8. Pi up 7.8% on their Kraken listing yesterday. Virtual 7.9. Bonk 8.9. Everything's looking good. You get the picture. But Bitcoin itself, let's take a look at that. Bitcoin itself, 72,894. It's been just over 73, right, as the market opened. But up 3.6% for the day. Ethereum, 2179, up 5% for the day. By the way, Bitcoin, if we can hold above this 72, break over 73, 74, we could see 80, 90, 100, right? That's some pretty good levels if we can maintain these. XRP, $1.44, up 3.7% for the day, and Solana up 91.34, got as high as just under 92, up 4.6% for the day. So good day in crypto. I don't know. We have such PTSD. We've been whipped down, beaten like a whipped puppy so bad with all of the, I think the stuff going on with the market manipulation and stuff. But wow, for the last few weeks, really ever since the war started, Bitcoin and crypto do better. And it might be that people are, we're just kind of starting to balance out a little. Some of the disparities we've had with silver and gold and the S&P and the M2 money supply, might just be playing catch up for a change. So GM, welcome. Horrible day in the stock market yesterday. Crypto kind of coming back though. We're holding above almost 73,000 on Bitcoin. I'm asking the question, are we finally starting to step out a little, get a little decorrelated from everything else, or even play catch up? Because we've had, let's not sugarcoat it, we've had a terrible year. But anyway, we'll check back. But I'll take this for a Friday, man. Even a Friday the 13th. But yeah, Trump told the G7 is about to surrender. Don't know if that's true or not, but we have the propaganda wars going back and forth. Who knows? Oh, yeah, we did have a couple terrorist attacks in the U.S. yesterday. A person who was in prison for materially supporting ISIS was early released, went in and shot this man, Lieutenant Colonel Brandon Shaw, professor of military service and leader the ROTC program at his college, went in there and I think the college was, Old Dominion. Anyway, killed him and then was subdued and killed by the students. I don't know if they beat him to death. I've heard one of them stabbed him. But anyway, unfortunately, this highly awarded combat veteran was killed by a terrorist who probably should not have been released early. I think it's, anyway, not good. Can't put these criminals back on the streets. Also, there was a incident where someone tried to ram a Jewish school with a bunch of kids and had a firefight with the security guard there, and the security guard killed him. So nobody died there, except luckily could have been a lot worse. But I've always believed in all our schools should have, we got to harden up these targets. All of them should have security guards armed, heavily armed. So the Democrats keep voting that down, but that would make a big difference as it did. So 2 separate terrorist attacks on U.S. soil yesterday. So that's not good. Also, Mario, I was watching him yesterday and he posted, man, heard a huge explosion right by my house. He lives down in the financial districts of Dubai. And indeed, there was a today Iran hit Dubai's financial center with a kamikaze drone right next to where I live. And then I'd seen this literally like 2 minutes after he'd posted it. Dubai's financial district getting hit means every global market opens tomorrow. The new variable, nobody priced in. So anyway, right there down in the heart of the financial district in Dubai. Luckily, no one was hurt, and I think the damage was minimal. But still hate to see that. France also had this officer, 24-year-old officer Macron, die, or Arnaud Frion, 7 battle seizures, died in a drone strike, and 6 others were wounded. So Iran's doing a good job to suck a bunch of people into the war that weren't involved. earlier. They've hit like 12, 13 countries. Also, this fuel, another tragedy of the this U.S. refueling plane wrecked. There was 6 on board. I don't know if the other 2 survived or they just haven't found them, but 4 members for sure confirmed dead of this plane. I think it was a malfunction though. And listen, war and military is a dangerous game. I mean, even in when these anywhere you are in the military, when they're training, they train at full speed, and many people get killed in training. And this now another 4 to 6 dead on this malfunction. Don't know the thing, but it wasn't shot down or anything. As far as I know, it's some type of malfunction. Anyway, not good. Hate to see it. Like to see this war get resolved. But that could put the people perished around 10 on the American side. This was an interesting article, and I think, hats off to Trump for this. The U.S. has completely reversed its oil market, or going from net importing 400 million barrels a day per quarter, 2006, to next exporting 100 million. This 800% increase in exports, one of the most significant energy shifts in modern history. So once again, not going to be affected as much. This kind of affects some of us. Token for 2049 in Dubai was next month. It's now been postponed to 2027. I think that's smart. Now, this certainly hurts the economy of Dubai and everywhere, but this is a good thing. People will be afraid to go there, and so this kind of thing, this war is definitely affecting the economy in Dubai and Saudi Arabia and a lot of places throughout the world. But yeah, token 24 is put off till next year. I just filled up my tank, by the way. It's normally about $100. It was $115. Probably been about $80, $90 recently. So it's diesel. In California, that had been over 300. Once again, the third missile has been knocked down, going to targeting somewhere in Turkey, or Turkey as they call it now, Turkey. So they're trying to hit NATO partner Turkey. Of course, they're predominantly like 98% Muslim, so they're not like trying to invoke Article 4, Article 5, whatever it is, anything like that. But basically, if you strike one NATO partner, you basically declare it all, brings them all into the fight. So not smart, once again, on Iran's side. And I believe Turkey's at least neutral, if not a supporter. So kind of stupid, but it is what it is. Now, U.S. temporarily lifted sanctions on Russian oil. Who would have thought the big winner here is Vladimir Putin? Of course, we announced yesterday that we're going to release 172 million barrels from the U.S. Strategic Reserve. At least we're keeping oil, I guess, under $100. But yeah, fear and greed at 15. I think we're like 44 days now at extreme fear. Those of you that know me know I love buying extreme fear, though. We cheap Bitcoin. We might have seen the end of it. Let's go see how Bitcoin's doing. Yeah, hourly chart. We're over 73. Salon 82.22. XRP $1.47.44.7. So I don't know. We may have bottomed out. I've been saying it for a few weeks. We may have already bought. We tested that 60,000 level, low 60s 3 different times. We may never back there again, or we might. It's hard to say. I know I would say we're closer to a bottom than we are a top. I'm still a buyer here. I think it's time. I think it's cheap what's happening. I talked about it yesterday. It's crazy. This, by the way, GM, everyone, if you're joining us, Bitcoin, everything taken off on a Friday the 13th, the second one of 2026. The war rages on. The oil crisis rages on. craziest thing has been this Khomeini's son. You know, they pulled out a cardboard cutout, funniest shit I've seen in a long time, for his like welcome party or whatever. It's been reported that he's dead. It's been reported he's in a coma. It's been reported that he's missing a leg. It's been reported he's got a hurt leg. It's been reported he's fine. Had a big news release yesterday. It was written, so we haven't seen him. Trump said he thinks he's alive but damaged. I think he's probably alive in some form, is what he said. So a lot of people like he doesn't even know. Meanwhile, we have the kind of the president of Iran, who's kind of being left alive because he seems negotiable, saying one thing and being open to negotiations, open to talks, things like that. But meanwhile, their supreme leader is MIA or dead or in a coma. Who the hell knows? Crazy stuff, man. Luxembourg. They've talked about this before. I've talked about it on the GM Bitcoin Morning Show. Luxembourg announced they invested 1% of their sovereign wealth fund into Bitcoin. They're the world's fourth richest country. So it's happening, man. We know the writing's on the wall. All you really have to do is buy Bitcoin and do nothing. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing different things to get more Bitcoin. Revolut, the world's largest issuer of debit cards, has recently been making a shift over into Bitcoin and whatnot. They just got they secured a full UK banking license, and now it becomes the first ever pro crypto bank. So, like it or not, Europe finally has some sense. Great company, man. Like 65 billion market cap, like 60 million users. Much of what we've done with CoinZoom has been kind of modeled after Revolut. Shout out to Revolut. Congratulations to them. Billionaire Anthony Scaramucci just said Bitcoin's going to $1.5 million. Bitcoin is my largest position by far. I've added recently. It will reach the market cap of gold. Now, famously, Scaramucci was in Trump's previous administration, and they had a falling out, kind of hate each other, but he's no dummy. It was his son that bought that $6 million Pokemon card from Logan Paul recently. But, you know, gold, Bitcoin flipping gold makes it about a $1.8 million Bitcoin. Veteran hedge fund manager Stanley Druckenmiller thinks Bitcoin could replace, or crypto could replace the US dollar as the global reserve currency. We haven't factored that in. That's how we get $20 million Bitcoin. The Winklevoss twins were on CNBC pimping their crypto debit card, launched at Bitcoin Vegas last year. You can get it and earn up to 4% back in Bitcoin every time you spend it. And why everyone isn't doing this, I don't know. I'm always talking about it. I'm, of course, a investor, as is my fund, and I own a lot of the tokens in CoinZoom. I use that every day. I just earned 5% back on a $115 gas purchase in Zoom Coin, which I will switch over to Bitcoin. It's a no-brainer. The reason we saw Trump Coin here, let's look at Trump Coin. Trump Coin up 55% is because Trump announced this another gala. U.S. President Donald Trump official Bitcoin and crypto event at month. Bitcoin remains high on the agenda. Clarity in 2026. It's basically, I think it's to help his token price, but it worked. Shout out to everyone. We actually have Trump Coin on CoinZoom as well. Tether aims to complete a full audit by the end of 2026 per Bloomberg. This will be good. But they're making money hand over fist. About $1 trillion company. Doing good things out there. Inflation jumped to 1.21%. Now, this is true inflation, still below the 2%. But experts warn the conflict in Iran is adding real inflationary pressure in the short term. I believe true inflation, it's over 2% what the government uses. But this gives us, in my opinion, a better read on what inflation is really at. We had the PCE data. It was 2.8%, 2.9 expected, so not quite as bad. Core inflation data. So the core was, they strip out gasoline and a few other things. But anyway, a little better. Yeah, we got Shazbo, OG buddy from X saying, GM Revolut randomly shuts down accounts, especially if you're saying anything anti-establishment online. It's custodial legacy finance dressed up as crypto. Of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're not decentralized in any way. They recently left UK and put their headquarters in Dubai, maybe because we know how they were probably under a lot of pressure. But yeah, they're just a bank. They're not a real crypto company by any means, but it's a step up from what UK has had. But yeah, they can just like PayPal, who I hate, just like all these banks that I hate, they can shut you down for no reason. And yeah, I'm sure they bought in, or either were forced in or bought into all that woke anti-free speech BS. So yeah, I'm just saying it's a step forward. I don't believe they're the answer for us, because they're certainly not decentralized at all. Yeah, these big banks, and I cannot stand. That's why I literally do not even have a bank account in the United States. I hate all these guys. So, but yeah, appreciate your waking us a little slap in the face there. They're not. They're definitely not the answer, but they're just, it's just we have this. We have the crypto companies becoming banks and banks becoming crypto companies. Yeah, they're just legacy TradFi. They're not a crypto company. They're just barely dipping their toe into it. But to be perfectly clear. Now fourth quarter GDP came in at 0.7, 1.7 expected. So domestic product growth was not good. Trump will blame it on the government shutdown, which he's probably right. But yeah, just we're missed there. So Trump's got some work to do for sure. The U.S. did pass the ban on the CBDC, central bank digital currencies. I think that's a good thing. And before I start the show, the U.S. Secretary of Defense said today will be the most intense day of strikes on Iran yet. There's rumor they're going to be using the Moab bombs, which is the biggest thing next to a nuclear bomb that's not nuclear. The mother of all bombs, it's called, but I don't know if that's true or not. But you see, they're really stepping up the strikes to soften up, increase their negotiation. I don't think they want this thing to go on too long. And so they're stepping up their strikes. A couple days ago was the biggest day, Monday or whatever, Wednesday. Now here we are on Friday, another big day. They've hit over 6,000 targets. So last but not least, we talked about yesterday that BlackRock staking ETF debuted yesterday, $15.5 million in trading volume, and they have over $100 million in assets. So I would say that's a good thing. So yeah, man, so far so good. Let's take one last peek at the TradFi markets, see where we're at here. But crypto finally decoupling a little bit and playing a little bit of catch up for whatever reason. Yep, NASDAQ up 0.65. Looks like the Dow is up 0.6 and 0.69. Last peak at oil here. Crude oil, 92.29 for the day. And last look at our crypto markets. Trump Bitcoin 73, 479, man, up 1% since the market opened, since we started this show, up 4.9% for the day. Ethereum, 2187, up 5.7 for the day, 1.8 since I started the show. XRP, $1.44.3, up 4.4% for the day, up 5% since we started the show. And Solana, 91.9, up 5.8% for the day, almost 1% since we started the show. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Feel free to join me in the GM Bitcoin Morning Show, coming up on 4 years now with that show. And we'll have Enzo and some other people and speak if you want. Thanks for joining me. We'll see everyone on this show Monday as well, but have a great weekend. Hopefully we can hold where we're at. I'm feeling pretty good. I don't know about you. I'm feeling pretty good. Pretty good.